Boo! Whoa. Did I scare you?
A little bit. I poopied.
Welcome back, ladies and gentle gents, to another spectacular episode of Two Peas in a Podcast. I am your host, Josh, here with my co-host, cohort, Sean.
You all right, buddy?
No.
I didn't think so. I can tell from the way you started this episode, you're a little...
A little what?
Kafoogly.
A little kafoogly?
A little
That's
bit.
more like kafoogly, but...
Yeah.
I'm more kafoogly than kafoogly.
Yeah, but I was thinking just a little bit, so you're kafoogly. If you were a lot, it'd be kafoogly.
Oh, yeah, at least it's not kafingly.
Oh, yeah, never go full kafingly.
No, never go full kafingly. Never kafingly your butt.
Kafilka fish?
Huh?
Anyway, what are we doing this episode?
Tuna. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
fish.
Today we're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Yes.
The moment you've all been waiting for.
Well, we're going to talk about all three of them.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because we haven't talked about the other two on the podcast. So we figured we'll talk about all three.
That's true.
But three mainly, because that one we just watched, just came out. Not from you listening.
We watched it on, what's the date today?
Today is the 28th.
28th of December. Okay, so this is coming out in a few weeks. So
yeah.
It's been a few weeks since we've seen it by the time you're listening to it. But
yes,
we're going to talk about Sonic 3. We're going to talk about Sonic 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
We've been waiting for all year to see this movie, and boy
howdy,
what a ride.
Yes. But by the way, before we do that, happy first episode of the new year.
Woo! Yeah!
It's 2025.
2025. Hula hula 5.
For us, it's still 2024. But for you guys listening, it's 2025.
Look into the future.
The future.
Ah!
Will set
It's
you
scary.
free. It is kind of spooky. We're time traveling.
It's spooky fofuki.
Yeah. We're time traveling right now.
Yes.
This is the first instance of time
Look
travel.
into the future.
Phil of the future? We're not here to talk about that. But yes, happy 2025. We hope your new year went great. Ours did, even though it didn't happen yet.
I hope you watched the ball drop.
Yes.
But the New Year's ball, not your own.
Like I did when I turned 14.
I was just going to say, not your own. Hee hee. My phone vibrate, but I got... Oh, that was you.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
I was going to say my phone vibrated, but I didn't get a notification.
Yeah, my phone vibrated. Allie's texting me, but we're recording. I'm keeping it professional, but you said something.
Oh.
But, yeah, happy 2025. We hope you guys enjoyed your 2024. We hope everything that, you guys planned to do in 2024 happened, even though it was a crazy year.
Yes.
But we hope 2025, whatever you didn't get done in 2024, you can get done. We've got faith. We hope that your resolutions or... I'm not really a big resolutions guy. I'm more of a goals guy. Like, I set goals, not resolutions. Because resolutions is such a strong word to where, like... Because resolution means to solve something, to fix something.
See, that's the thing. Like, I don't do New Year's resolutions only because every time you associate something with a New Year's resolution, it never follows through.
Yeah, exactly.
So I try not to do that.
Yeah, that's what I set goals. Because even if you don't hit a goal... At least there's if you don't hit it, at least there's progress made to complete it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So we hope you guys are completing your goals or resolutions if you do that too.
Yeah.
But
enough about New Year's. That's
yes,
in another episode.
Here.
We're here to talk about
Sanic.
SONICTHEHEDGEHOG 1, 2, and 3.
From the gaming company Sega.
Sega. Sega backwards is ages? It is. Look it up.
My brain just exploded. Do you see my nose bleeding? Yeah.
Oh, is that is?
It might be ketchup from the fries
Oh.
that we didn't have.
Yeah, The metaphorical French fries that we didn't.
The holographic French fries. My
Oh,
favorite.
goody! Holographic meatloaf again.
My favorite.
When am I gonna get some real food? Mr. Krabs gets to eat real food. Just look at his daughter.
Well, you know
She's
what?
as big as a whale.
All right, we're getting off topic.
Yeah,
let's
it's been
go
6
into
minutes.
Sonic. Yes, let's go into Sonic. The first 5 minutes of this episode has been nothing. But so we're gonna spoilers if you have not seen any of the Sonic stuff.
Which, if you're a fan, you definitely should.
If you're listening to this podcast, you probably are a fan, which means you have seen him. I'll say heavy spoilers for Sonic 3, even though we're not going to talk about huge, big things that happen in
As
it.
heavy as Ivo Robotnik's belly.
Yes.
Billy.
Billy. Yeah, so let's start with Sonic 1, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, we went into that not expecting
Yeah,
it to be as good as it
very
was.
low expectations.
Especially me, because, I've played Sonic games before. Like, I did get to play the originals on the Sega Genesis. Do you remember when I had the Sega Genesis?
Yeah.
I don't know if I still do or not, but...
No, but I know you had emulators on your Wii.
I did, yeah. But I did get to play the original Sonic game. I did get to play the Sonic and Knuckles game also.
Yes.
So, I didn't really know too much about it, but going into the first one, especially after the whole design backlash,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this movie or not. And it was incredible.
It was. And it was right before COVID. It came out February, a month before COVID hit.
February.
Is it still the highest grossing movie of 2020?
Is it?
I think it was because COVID hit, so nobody was going to the theater.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's
true.
another reason why they made a second one, because it was the only movie that made money that year. But because of COVID, it kind of was going to be anyway. But,
No, the highest grossing movie of 2020 was Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie, Mugen Train.
Mugen Train?
Which made $473,230,408 worldwide.
Wow. I mean, hey, good for
But
that.
Sonic made $148,974,665.
Okay.
So it wasn't the highest grossing. It wasn't also the second, third, fourth, or fifth highest grossing. It was probably about the sixth, because it's after 1917 and Bad Boys for Life.
Okay. But I guess it would have been when it came out in February. It was the highest of the year. And then after that,
Yeah.
all the like streaming service movies technically counted because you have to adjust
True.
for the amount.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, unlike Josh, I actually grew up playing the Sonic games. I haven't played all of them, and I don't know all of the lore. But my older brother, Brian, had a PS2, and I think I had a neighbor that had a GameCube. I had a friend that had an Xbox. So, like, I had a bunch of other friends that had stuff. And then when I got old enough to have my own consoles, I had, like, the Wii, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3. So then I started to delve into it. So I've played more Sonic games than you have. Controversial opinion, my favorite Sonic game is Sonic Unleashed, which a lot of people don't like. But I enjoyed it. It was very fun. But yeah, we both went into Sonic 1 with low expectations because
Very low. Yeah.
we were like, oh, it's a director that hasn't really done anything. It's a video game movie, so it's going to be whatever. And it's a video game movie about a anthropomorphic hedgehog.
Anthropomorphic.
And they're setting it in real life, like with humans and stuff. So every idea about this movie was not good. And then the first trailer with Gangster's Paradise and realistic Sonic.
Yeah, with the little tiny hands and
and
the
the
eyes and the
realistic
human
teeth.
teeth. Ugh.
So
I have to
low.
give credit to Paramount, because they actually, after getting all the backlash, were like, all right, we're going to delay the movie to redesign Sonic. And that was probably the best decision they could have made. Because otherwise, the first one probably would have done really bad. It would have gotten bad reviews. It would have, we would have never gotten the franchise we got now.
Oh, no.
So,
And if we did, we wouldn't have had the franchise, but we also would have had a horrifying horror video game movie of Sonic.
Yeah.
But with as low as our expectations were, very surprisingly good. It was emotional. It was fast paced, which was good for a Sonic movie. Great acting. I think Ben Schwartz is a perfect Sonic, and right out the gate in the first movie, you can tell that he really focused on it. And Ben Schwartz is a gamer. He's been on Game Grumps, the YouTube channel.
Oh, has he really?
Many times.
Oh, no kidding.
So he's actually, and he actually talks about video games on that show, on the Game Grumps.
Yeah.
And Dan and Aaron are listening to him talk about video games, and they look at him and they're like, I didn't know that. And I'm like, damn, Ben Schwartz is a gamer. Like, he really knows his stuff. And he said that Sonic was one of his favorite franchises, so him being Sonic was really something that he wanted to nail and get right for the audience. James Marsden, great as always. You know, he was a good addition to it. Tika Sumpter, I don't know, I didn't know who she was before
I know her
this.
from this.
Yeah, that's what I know her from.
But see, I'm happy that James Marsden has a movie role that he hasn't died in yet. He's been been close.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
yeah. It gets close.
Not
Spoilers.
for real, like his
Subtle
character.
foreshadowing, yeah. But yeah, the first one was good. It was colorful. It was fun. It was. I mean, Jim Carrey as Robotnik also was like, honestly, that was like the only reason I wanted to see the movie.
Well, because you're such a Jim Carrey fan.
Yeah, I love Jim. I love everything. I haven't seen everything he's done yet. That is a goal of mine before I die.
Yeah.
Which I have plenty of time, hopefully. But I just love everything Jim Carrey does. You know, so him in these movies, I was like, him as Robotnik, everyone was like, oh, but he's not fat and he's not, you know, he doesn't fit this. And
But
he's
remember
too
how they
funny.
started him out, too? He had hair, his mustache was a lot smaller.
It was way
he was skinny.
different.
And then they gradually, which we'll get into, over time in each movie, he looked more and more like the original version
Mustache
of Robotnik.
grew out, hair went gone,
Yeah.
belly went
Belly.
woof, belly. So I liked his progression throughout these movies. It was very
Yeah, his evolution into the actual game version of Robotnik is also really good.
yes.
But I like the way they did that. To be
Yeah, I
honest.
even like him in the first movie. I think he's
I do
very,
too.
because he's Jim Carrey, but he's not full Jim Carrey yet. You know, like he's
Yeah.
still playing this crazy Robotnik guy, but he's not as crazy as what Robotnik is until we get to the third movie that we'll talk about. But I still think Jim Carrey was a perfect casting. I think I just think all of the casting in these movies is fantastic.
They made the right choices with the casting. Yes.
I like all of the subtle nods to the video games. Like in the first one, the scene in the hotel when Sonic's running around and you can see him in multiple spots.
Yeah.
There's one spot where he's up on the air conditioner on the ceiling.
Right.
And he's like on the edge on like his toes on one foot, like wobbling back and forth like he's gonna fall.
Yeah.
That's from the games where when you stand on a ledge, that's what he'll do. He'll like act like he's falling and he'll swing forever. So I like that. I like how he gets introduced to chili dogs.
Yeah, the chili dogs.
The bar scene where he goes super fast, everything's frozen. He had like his Quicksilver moment from Future Past.
Yeah,
That
that's
was a
true.
good scene. And the music, boom, 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 boom. That, such a good scene. First movie totally blew my expectations out of the water.
It blew mine away too. Like I came out of that movie going, wow. I was like in shock with how good it was.
Yeah.
And it made me really excited. Because then, of course, at the end of the first one, they tease Tails.
Tails, yes. Which
And
is
it's
a
like,
beloved
whoa!
Sonic character.
And we're like, whoa, we're getting Tails. In the sequel that they ended up greenlighting, thank God.
Yeah, I know. Could you imagine they set that up and the movie didn't do well?
I know.
That would have sucked.
And then we would have never got Knuckles.
Yeah, I mean, they probably would have made the second one.
Yeah.
But they would have no plan for a third one.
Yeah.
You know? But
But
I'm
the
glad it all
movies,
works out.
those movies are doing really well at the box office.
Oh, yeah.
So we have to give
Props to Jeff Fowler and all the
props to
writers.
Jeff Fowler, the writers, and Paramount.
And
Paramount's got a good franchise on their hands, and it's all because they were like, you know what, let's delay it to redesign them.
yeah. Yeah, which, again, big props to the animators of these movies.
I think the screen just fell asleep on me.
Yeah. Big props to the animators of these movies. In the first movie, the animation is so good, and it's clean and fluid. And it just gets better the further into the movies that we go. Like, by the third movie, they need a raise. They need as much money as they can possibly give them because it looks so beautiful. And I'm just glad that, again, they delayed the movie to do the redesign, because without that, the movie would not have been as good.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But
Sorry, I was checking. We're using a completely different computer this time to try to not have issues. A friend of mine hooked up his PC here for me, so we're using the regular program on there, but we're using it on that. But the screen fell asleep, but it's still going.
yeah, we're still good.
I just wanted to check it, but we're trying to make it so we don't have crash issues like we have before.
Yeah. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about the first movie, though?
Well, I was kind of leading it into the second one,
Okay.
talking about Tails.
Yeah, because the first one, not a lot happened. They play it very safe.
Yeah,
with the first
they
one.
played it very safe.
It's
They
a
played
very-
it safe in the second one too, but they did get more involved with the
Yes.
game lore
Yes.
in the second one because they introduced, they gave Tails a main role.
Mm-hmm.
They introduced Knuckles.
Yep.
They turned Robotnik into more like the game Robotnik.
Yeah, his hair's gone.
Yeah. Plus,
He's a
they
little
also
bit more
introduced.
crazy.
Didn't they introduce the Chaos Emeralds in that?
Yeah, Chaos Emeralds weren't until the second one.
Yeah, they introduced him in that, and the Master Emerald and
Which
all that.
again, that was so we're moving into the second movie. When they introduced the Chaos Emeralds, I was like, whoa, we're really going deep into the lore here. Because to do that for a second movie was an insane idea for me. But it worked.
Yeah.
And I think they did it very well. Knuckles, Idris Elba, is so good.
Idris Elba is so good as Knuckles. That was a surprising casting choice that
Yeah.
actually ended up working out so well.
Yeah, and I love that he's similar to Drax in Guardians, where
He
he's
is, yeah.
not stupid, but he takes things way too seriously.
He's very literal about things.
Very literal. He's like that big, there's literally a joke in the third one where he's like, I'm 1,000,000% muscle.
Yeah.
And that's what he is. He's like,
I'm 1,000,000%.
but he's not stupid. Like, I love that you can see that
Yeah.
as dumb as they try to make him, he still is one of the smarter ones on the team.
But like this is the thing with the voice actors, like the actors that are playing these characters, their voices match.
Oh yeah, it's
perfectly.
not out of place at all.
Like when Idris Elba is Knuckles, I don't hear Idris Elba. I hear Knuckles.
Yeah,
I
and
hear Sonic.
and the only difference with Idris as Knuckles is he's just like kind of making his voice a little bit more gravelly and like airy to kind of play that sort of I'm supposed to be a little bit dumb, but not too dumb. It reminds me of like how everybody imagines Sans from Undertale. Yeah, Sans from Undertale. Everyone imagines him to kind of sound like that.
Yeah.
Like
Idris Elba as Sans.
he knows a lot of stuff, but he doesn't act like he does. You know what I mean? Like he's got that very mellow-tone, like I'm just here to do what I got to do.
Yeah,
if I need to put my foot down and be in
like
the
a
spot, I'll do
monotone
it.
voice.
Yeah. But yeah, so Idris Elba was such a good addition. I love that they got the original voice actress for Tails.
For
to come
Tails,
back,
yeah. Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
which earlier today, before we saw Sonic 3, I told Josh Tails' real legal name was Miles Prower.
And it finally clicked with me today that that if you say it fast, it sounds like miles per hour.
Yeah, it sounds like miles per hour.
I didn't think about that.
But yeah, so that's good. I just think and the what is it? The camaraderie, like the connection and the chemistry, that's the word I was looking for. The chemistry between Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, or Ben, Colleen, and Idris works. It's not out of place. It doesn't feel forced. It actually feels like the three of them are in one room recording these lines bouncing off each other, which they probably didn't do it that way because that's not usually how movies like this are made.
Yeah.
But I do feel the chemistry and the connection between all of them. So that was nice. That's good that they were able to nail that down.
And like the fact that they went with using the voice actors from the games to play Tails, that works too. Like
yeah, it's
they
nice that
they were
didn't-
like, we need to find the right voice, and she's still the right voice for Tails.
Yeah.
So let's get her.
Yeah, and the fact that she was down to do it,
Yeah.
I think is good. It's
I mean,
similar
look at her
to-
because now she's doing really well again.
Yeah, it's similar to how I feel about like Mark Hamill as Joker. Like
Oh,
Mark
yeah.
Hamill is willing to do the Joker anytime. Like you ask him and he's down. Not now, ever since Kevin sadly passed away, Kevin Conroy.
Oh yeah.
But at the time, like 10 years ago, anytime anyone was like, hey, Mark, you want to come back for Joker in this random thing? He'd be like, yeah. Is Kevin Batman? They'd be like, yes. He'd be like, I'm down. So it's nice that these voice actors from the games are actually getting the spotlight they deserve.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
In movies and media like this.
Yeah. So I think it's great that they put her in it. But I think, just everybody they've picked to play these characters, even live-action characters like Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey,
have
James
been
Marsden.
perfect.
Yeah.
And, even non-game characters, like, what was his name? Randall Handel?
Oh, yeah, Randall Handel.
Is Shamar Moore from Criminal Minds fame.
He's great.
He's perfect in it.
He is so good. And you'd think he'd be out of place, but he's not.
He's perfect.
It works.
I'm like, dude, you don't need to do TV anymore. This is your future here.
Dude, and he even, slight spoilers, it's in the trailers, but he makes a cameo in the third one. And he does great.
And he's great in it.
It's good. Because he's doing an impression of someone doing an impression of him.
Shamar Moore is basically impersonating James Marsden, impersonating Shamar Moore.
And it works.
It's perfect.
And another character that's not
even
from
James
the games.
Marsden's another good cast.
Yeah, he's a good one. He's the great straight man.
Yeah.
He's just here, gives the words of wisdom, and then gets out.
But it works.
It
works.
And that's the other thing. I like that in this movie, it does the thing that the MonsterVerse almost ruined. When the first Godzilla movie came out, Godzilla's screen time in that movie is only 9 minutes. But when the Sonic movie came out, I was worried that because it's CGI live action hybrid, I was worried we weren't going to get Sonic, and it's a Sonic movie. But man, oh man, we get Sonic everywhere in this whole trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
It's nothing but Sonic.
And we don't just get regular Sonic. We get variations of Sonic.
Yeah.
We get Super Sonic.
Super Sonic
in the second one. We get the Chaos Emeralds. We get the Master. I mean, they go crazy.
Yeah, and I'm really, really excited to see how they move with the fourth one, which has been confirmed to be in production at some point. Yeah, and then even another non-game character, Agent Stone.
Yeah.
What's his name? Lee Majdu.
Lee
Majdu, yeah.
So he's good too.
I don't know what else he's done.
They wrote the characters well, very well.
Oh yeah, the writing in these is great too. Obviously it's made for kids and families, but there are some kid jokes. But I think even the kids' jokes don't go too far.
But I can say for a fact that each successive Sonic movie is better than the one before it.
Yes, they do get better.
Are they all really good? Absolutely.
Yes. Do they get progressively better?
Do they progressively get better? Yes, they do.
Yes, again, absolutely.
Which brings us, are we ready to talk about the third, or you got some more to say about the second?
Yeah, I think we pretty much talked about the second. All right, before we get into the third one, do you want to give a 1 to 10 rating of 1 and 2?
All right, so 1, I'd have to give...
Now that we've seen all 3, because our ratings have changed.
1, I have to give a solid 7.
I was going to say maybe a 7, 7.5. Would be where I would go with number 1.
The second one, probably an 8, 8.5.
Yeah, I'd sit at an 8.
Yeah. So 7, 8.
Yeah, 7, 8.
And then we'll say our ratings for the third one we're done talking about.
Yes.
But let's get into that one and talk about this new
Sonic
3.
Oh my god.
The end of 2 has the for those who have seen it, have put in at the end of 2 the post-credit scene with Shadow. And then, back then, they didn't have a voice for him yet.
Yeah.
But they got Keanu Reeves,
of
all
people.
Keanu Reeves, to play the voice of Shadow.
And it's funny, too, because even me and you, we were trying to figure out, after we watched Sonic 2, we were like, who are they going to get for Shadow? And we were like, Chris Evans. We were thinking Hugh Jackman. We had so many names. Keanu Reeves was never one of them.
But let me say, just like Ben Schwartz and Idris Elba, he is perfect for Shadow.
It works. It works almost too well. It's scary how much. And again, I don't hear Keanu Reeves when he's talking. I just see Shadow.
Oh yeah.
And apparently Keanu Reeves did research. When he got casted for this, he really went back, played the games.
Oh wow,
read
did he really?
Some comics.
Oh no kidding.
Found out about Shadow and who he was, and found out about his backstory.
Yeah.
Because the directors and the writers of this movie, when they did the screen test for Keanu as Shadow, they were surprised about how much he knew.
Yeah.
Like, when Keanu Reeves walked in to do audition for Shadow, well, when they called him in, I'm sure he didn't be like, oh, Shadow, I'm going to go. They probably called him. When he walked in and he mentioned Maria, that's when they knew they had him.
Yeah.
They were like, we got him because he's
Ladies and gentlemen,
done the research.
we got him.
Because a lot of people think Shadow is just like evil, dark, brooding, goth version of Sonic. But there's a reason for him to be that way. And the fact that Keanu Reeves knew about that reason was when the actors and directors were like, this is it.
So Keanu is perfect as Shadow. His voice just fits. I don't hear Keanu Reeves. I hear Shadow.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to lie. Honestly, he doesn't have as many lines as you'd think he does.
But he doesn't need them, though.
He doesn't.
It's like John Wick.
Yeah.
Like, remember John Wick 4?
Oh,
he didn't have a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, he didn't really ever speak.
He doesn't need it. Like, because the few lines he does have are just so menacing with his voice.
Yeah. And again, I'm saying the animators need a raise. Because when he doesn't have lines, just the way he looks, his facial expressions, the way his eyebrows furl when he's upset, and the way he's got like these slight little glisten of tears in his eye sockets when he's upset, is so good. And like you feel the emotion just from it. And not even that, the animators make it so, because in this movie Jim Carrey plays two roles. He plays Ivo Robotnik,
but he also plays his grandfather, Gerald Robotnik, the creator of Shadow.
Yes.
So we get two Jim Carreys in this movie.
And it doesn't feel like that they're like, the animation, the CGI of it is not bad.
It's not bad at all.
It feels like there's two Jim Carreys. Yeah. And they're interacting with each other and they're dancing and touching and doing all these jokes. It's so good.
They really, like the animators, the writers, the actors have mastered this by now. And I think that's one of some of the things that make this third one the best one yet.
Yes. Yeah. This movie needs to be nominated for Best Visual Effects.
Yes, it does.
I don't even care if it wins. It just needs to be nominated.
Which it might be.
Movies like this need to be recognized at the Oscars. It's too...
They might, too.
They have to.
Because it's so good. It's so well done.
Yeah, it's
and
so
good. I think that contributes to why this one is the best in the franchise yet.
Yeah. The interactions between the characters is better. I like that you can tell they're... Like, the hedgehogs and everyone are aging up. Like, Sonic is slightly taller. His fur is a little bit more saturated. It's not as bright because he's aging. I like that you can tell that Shadow is older than Sonic, even though they look identical. You can tell there's an age difference just based off of how they're designed.
You can you can see it visually, and it really makes it work.
Yeah, and then even Tom and Maddie, James Marsden and Tika Sumpter, they do so good in this third one because I think now they're more comfortable in this fantastical world. They just kind of accept that they have these three quote-unquote sons that are an echidna, a hedgehog, and a fox.
Yeah,
like, they're just okay with this.
Look nothing like the real animals. They're just
they've just got two legs walking on anthropomorphic animals. But yeah, and even the stakes in this movie. The stakes are so
high.
I think what, like 20 people die in this movie?
A good amount of people die in this movie.
There's like a group of soldiers that Shadow takes out in the beginning. I'm pretty sure they're dead. And then an explosion goes off. Anybody near that explosion died.
They took a lot more risks in this movie too.
There's even a scene that made me and Josh go, they're doing this? Like, we for real thought something was going to happen.
Yeah. They really...
Yeah, we're not going too deep into spoilers yet. We will, but not right now. And the jokes in this movie. I think the jokes in the third one are leaps and bounds funnier and better than the other two.
Oh, yeah.
There's one joke that I know you loved where Sonic's running around London and he goes across the crosswalk and he's like... Oh, what order does he say? He says John. It's the famous Beatles poster where they're walking across the
John, Paul, George, the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy. I was like, that's a good joke. That's only for adults. Little kids in the audience are not going to get that one.
But that's another thing, too. They do make jokes for the adults, too.
Yeah.
Like, it's a family movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, everyone. Because then, like, 20 minutes later, there's a fart joke.
Yeah.
So, like,
What was
they
the-
have...
What
all
was
of
the
it.
marshmallow line that Knuckles says?
Oh, I have dishonored my marshmallow.
That was my favorite line in that whole movie.
And nobody in the
Dishonored
movie,
my
like,
marshmallow.
nobody in the movie or in the theater laughed at that joke. But it is funny.
It's typical Knuckles, and it's
Like-
so that was my favorite line in the whole movie.
And it comes
I
after
have
such a
dishonored my
tragic-
marshmallow.
I've dishonored my marshmallow.
I'm going to use that
It's so
in
good.
various ways.
Knuckles has some good quotes in this movie. Break
really
glass in
does.
case of emergency.
Glass in case of emergency.
And that's what I mean. Like, Idris does such a good job playing that, like,
does.
you think I'm stupid, but I'm not type of person. Man, oh, wow. It's so good. And then Ben Schwartz has nailed Sonic.
Oh, Ben Schwartz
he's in
has
his
him
groove now.
down.
Because
Yeah.
in the first one, you can, like, kind of tell that he's still figuring it out. But I think now in this one, he's got it.
Yeah, he's definitely got this one.
He's hit it on the head. He understands it. Tails is just, I mean, she's been doing it for years, so you know that she's got it. She knows the character inside and out. Jim Carrey playing two Robotniks.
Is totally worth it.
I love that.
And Keanu
jokes.
Reeves is like Keanu Reeves nailed Shadow
Yeah,
for the first time around.
yeah. Even his, like, character switch at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows Sonic, every villain Sonic has flips.
Oh yeah, just like
well,
that happened to Knuckles.
yeah, so
That happened to Robotnik.
when Shadow has his moment with Sonic on the moon,
Yeah.
you can still feel like, yes, Shadow has kind of given up his revenge, but he's still gonna hold on to that, but he's gonna use it in a different way.
Yeah.
And I like that you can feel that subtle switch in Keanu's voice acting performance.
Yeah,
when that happens.
I have to give credit to everyone involved with the Sonic
Yeah.
franchise. Everyone that's started from the beginning and the people that have just joined.
Yeah,
It's just it gets better and better with every successive movie.
and I think in this movie, one of the other standouts, other than Keanu as Shadow and Jim Carrey as Robotnik, I really do think Lee did a great job as Agent Stone.
Lee Madge. Oh yeah.
Lee Madge did such a good job.
I think
as
everybody
Stone.
is just so comfortable in their roles now.
Yeah, they get it.
Yeah, they get
They're
it.
not afraid to be wacky and crazy because they
Yeah.
know that's what.
And the
this
writers
is.
don't care either because literally this one was the wildest, most unhinged Sonic movie.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
yeah, they didn't hold back, and I think the reason they did that is because every franchise always thinks one wrong move, they'll fall.
Yeah.
So I think the other reason they went all out with this third one is because they had in the back of their mind, which is a good thing to have. They were like, what if this doesn't work? What if this movie is our falling
Yeah.
and we don't get a fourth one? We have to go all out with this one.
Yeah.
So the jokes were crazier, the animation was crazier, the acting was crazier. But it didn't feel like too much,
No.
even though it's a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
The pacing wasn't weird. I mean, there was a few scenes
There
where,
were a
like,
few
they
scenes
cut-
where it kind of went on, like some were weird cuts.
Yeah, weird cuts. They went from emotional moments to funny moments.
There were like
a
maybe
little
one
too
or two
fast.
scenes that went on a little too long.
Yeah,
But it overall it didn't affect it to the point where I was like, all right, let's move on.
yeah, like it's not like
Yeah.
And this is I looked it up because I thought this one was going to be the longest in the trilogy. It's not. The second
not.
one
The
is
second
still
one
2
is.
hours long.
Second
This
one
is actually I think the shortest one.
No, I think this
in the
is an
franchise.
hour and
40
50.
Yeah, it's like an hour and
I think the first one was an hour and like 35.
oh, I don't know. But I thought this one was going to be the longest one, but it's not, and that surprised me because I feel
Yeah,
like
the first one is 10 minutes shorter than this one.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, so that's where the pacing can kind of feel off because you have all these characters doing so much. It's hard to kind of pace the movie to where everyone gets equal screen time.
Yeah.
But it's not so much that it takes you out.
Yeah, and there are like we said, there are a few like weird random jump cuts or couple scenes that go on a little too long, but they don't affect the movie. Like you're not sitting there watching a scene like the random jump cuts and you're like, what the hell was that? You're not doing that. You're not sitting there with like a scene that might be going on a little long and you're not like, all right, let's move on.
Yeah. You want to get into spoilers for the third one now?
Should we spoil it? I don't know if we should.
I mean, I want to talk about the ending.
You want the ending or
Not the post. Okay, we'll say this before we get into spoilers. If you go to watch this movie, right? Stay till the very, very end of the credits.
Yes,
There's two credit scenes.
Stay until the end. There's a mid credits and there's
And
an
an
post
end
credits.
credit. Yeah.
So stay for both. Stay for the whole
both,
thing.
Stay for all
And
of them. It's worth it.
You won't regret it. There's not like a joke
Yeah.
scene in it.
Yeah.
Both scenes are very crucial to the future of the franchise.
Yes. One more than the other.
One more than the other, yeah.
But there is, yes.
But honestly, you know what we should do? We should rate this one first. I give it a 9.
Oh, yeah. I think this movie might be... Yeah, I was going to give it a 10, but I think I have to drop it a half point just because of the pacing in some spots.
I'm going to give it a 9 because it's not a perfect 10 movie.
Yeah.
But it's still the best in the franchise so far. And it's it was a damn good movie.
It's a good time.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I also just looked over in the corner of your room and saw that poster, and it just made me remind me of that scene again.
He's looking at my Abbey Road poster.
Yeah, he's got a poster.
That's what they mimicked in the movie when he goes
Yeah.
John, Paul, George, and the other guy.
I think they even got the cars right, too. When
I
he was
think so.
I wasn't paying too close attention because he was in the frame, like the front of the frame. But the cars in the background might be... I'd have to watch it a second time.
Yeah, I'd watch it again.
That'd be really funny if they got the cars exactly the same,
That
too,
would be
though.
funny, yeah.
That would be good. Like that white beetle in the back.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
But
Yeah, no, I think I'm going 9.5.
But if you're
Only
really,
for, like, the
if you're a
pacing.
big Sonic fan and you haven't seen any of the movies yet, especially the new one, we highly recommend seeing them all because
Yes.
you won't regret it and it'll bring back nostalgia of the games, and you'll just be in for a wild ride.
And if you've got kids, take them.
Yeah.
These are good family movies.
Now, one thing we didn't talk about was the Knuckles show on Paramount Plus. That's because we didn't see it.
I saw the first 2 episodes,
Okay.
but
But
I
I-
just didn't. I didn't stop watching it because I didn't like it. I liked it. It's
Yeah.
fun. I just stopped watching it because other things came out that
Yeah.
I was more focused on.
And I don't think it's very crucial to watch for the
There's
movie.
one reason that I noticed to watch that show. And it's like almost a spoiler, but I'll say it just because it's not like a big spoiler.
Yeah.
So in the movie, Shadow does something that makes Sonic get really upset, right? Like Sonic snaps. And Sonic asks Knuckles, I need the Chaos Emerald to help me defeat
Yeah,
Shadow.
the Chaos
'Cause Shadow-
Emerald,
yes.
the Master Emerald is back in this.
Yes, the Master Emerald is back. Sonic had Knuckles hide it. So Sonic is asking Knuckles, hey, I need the Emerald. Where's it at? Tell me where it is.
I guess the reason for that happened in Knuckles.
Yeah, so Knuckles, we find out, gave the Emerald. And it's funny. It's a funny scene because Knuckles is like, I'll tell you where it's at, but I have you know you'll have to go through him to get it, and he is a formidable foe. And then it jump cuts to Wade.
Yeah.
Wade, one of the funniest
Wade
side
Whipple.
characters. And he's playing hockey with the Emerald.
Yeah, like
On
the puck is the Emerald.
yeah, on the top of the sheriff building in Green Hills. So that's a funny joke, but that's where the Emerald is. In Knuckles, the only reason you should watch Knuckles if you want to is because in that show, Knuckles and Wade's relationship is built to where Knuckles would be like, hey, take the Emerald.
And now
protect
I
us.
can see that now, but honestly, when I watched the movie, because I didn't know anything about that with Knuckles.
Yeah.
I just knew it had them both in it. Watching the movie, it didn't really like throw me off. Like
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
don't get
asking
confused.
I wasn't asking like why does Wade have the Master Emerald? You know, why is he the one guarding it? You know, like I didn't ask those questions.
Yeah.
So like you don't have to watch
Yeah.
Knuckles. You can.
It's fun and interesting, but it doesn't really do much for her. And then there's...
Because you won't be thrown off when you see that scene. Like, you'll
Yeah.
be like, oh, okay, all right, so Wade just happens to have the That's where Knuckles left it.
Yeah.
You're not asking why.
There's another thing that they do in the show that is in the movie where when Knuckles leaps off of Big Ben and his fists are on fire, that's like a special move that Knuckles learned how to do in the show.
Okay.
But again, you don't really need... Like, you could just be like, oh, well, he's just...
See,
he
I
jumped
wouldn't
so fast
I
that
wouldn't
his
have
fist-
noticed that either.
Yeah. Like, you don't need to watch the show. It's a fun show to watch. Like, if you just need something to burn through time, because it's only like 6 episodes, and I think each episode's like 20 minutes.
Okay.
So if you just need something just quick and easy to get through,
Yeah.
when you're doing something around the house, you could put it on, but you don't need to watch it.
I might watch it anyway, just to see how it goes.
Like I said, I didn't stop watching it because it was bad. I just had other things on my mind.
Yeah, no, I get it.
One other spoiler that I want to get into, though, which happens at the very, very end. So, spoiler warning. If you haven't seen it, spoiler
warning.
Robotnik. Is he coming back? Because at the end of this one, he kind of explodes into a supernova nebula hydro explosion of chaos energy. So, is he coming back? It's a good question.
Yeah, that's a
Probably
good
not.
question.
But, I mean, he did fall from like 300 feet in the air in the second one. At the end of the second one, when Sonic pushed the robot over and Robotnik fell, he somehow survived that. So who knows? I guess Robotnik can survive a nuclear chaos energy explosion.
Now, honestly, if it would, so that's a question that we can go into this now. We should talk about like the future of the franchise with Sonic 4.
Yes.
Let me go. Oh, yeah, you start. Let me go.
Yeah, okay, so, again, we're not going to spoil the post-credit scenes, but what we will say is the post-credit scenes, the first post-credit scene does what the other two do. Sets up more characters.
Yeah.
We're not going to say the characters. There is multiple characters that they introduce.
Yeah.
We will not spoil.
But we're not getting in. We're not getting into those just because both credit scenes do have big things for the future of the franchise.
Yes.
And now with Robotnik being possibly
dead,
where does that take us? Now, maybe my theory is, and actually it's kind of both our theory, is that now, like going into Sonic 4, they start shying away from the Earth, like the Earth characters and like the Wachowskis and all that, and they start moving them on to like more Sonic-esque areas. Sonic-esque worlds.
Yeah. Which would make sense.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody is talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Where we now have two video game franchises that are doing very, very well, that have in the video games crossed paths multiple times, which is Mario and Sonic. So for the fourth movie, Sonic moving away from the Wachowskis and the live Earth world, moving that Sonic team back into like Green Hill Zone and all of those like video game levels would make it more possible to have Sonic and Mario meet at some point.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's realistically where they should go with this franchise. Back to its roots. Because now that we've established in this third movie,
we've now had basically like these first 3 Sonic movies you could also kind of refer to as possibly the Robotnik trilogy.
Yes. Yeah.
The Eggman trilogy.
Yeah.
Cuz if 3 is his last appearance as of now, there's the Eggman trilogy. And now you can go with 4 and start shying him away from the real world, the real Earth world, and start bringing them into Sonic worlds like Green Hill Zone, Spring Yard Zone, those.
Yeah.
And start bringing in more characters from the games, which they already are, but moving them to their world.
Yeah. Would just make more sense.
Yeah.
It's the perfect lateral movement for them. Because now with this third movie, like we were saying, they went all out. They went crazy with it.
Yeah, they did.
So now that the audience is okay with how crazy it went, you can shy away from it in the fourth one and start pushing us into these more fantastical worlds that Sonic's more used to.
Learn from this, Disney. Learn from this, Warner Brothers, DC. I say Disney because Disney owns Marvel now, but Paramount did have a few Marvel movies before. And think about how pretty decent they were.
Yeah.
Learn from this. Learn from how well you can make a franchise.
Yep.
Not that Marvel is a bad franchise. I'm just saying, like, Sonic has just consistently improved.
Yeah,
each
it
time.
hasn't dropped like really
even with only 2 years in between each movie.
Yeah, they've still
improved
a nice
so much.
budget, a nice box office opening,
And they're fun to actually, and they're so good they are rewatchable. You can watch them again.
The amount of times I've seen Sonic 2 is
I'm gonna rewatch the
insurmountable.
first two.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna rewatch the first two just because of how good they are.
Sonic 2 was my favorite video game movie of all time. Now Sonic 3 is.
Yeah, me too.
Sonic 2 is my second favorite, and then Tomb Raider, the Alicia Vikander one.
Oh, I
from,
forgot about that movie.
2014 or whatever.
That was, I think it was
It's a long-ass
2018 actually.
Oh, is it that recent?
I
thought
think
it was
so.
A little older. But that's my third favorite video game movie of all time.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the correct lateral movement for Sonic franchise is to go back to its roots.
Yeah.
Into more video game-esque stuff.
But
that also opens it up, right? Because in the video games, Robotnik has shown up in those fantastical worlds. So they can, quote-unquote, retcon Jim Carrey's death because it's a chaos energy explosion.
Yeah.
Us, the audience, from just the movie, are still unaware of how crazy chaos energy can be. So, if they want to ever bring Jim Carrey's Robotnik back, they can say it wasn't so much an explosion, rather a teleportation, because Shadow's ability is to teleport.
Yeah.
They could say the explosion was more of a teleportation, and that sent him to Green Hill Zone.
Yeah.
Because we didn't see any fragments of the ship in space. It was just a big nebula.
True.
So it looked like a giant teleportation thing, which is what Shadow can do. So
like, I feel
they
like
can do it that way as well if they want.
I feel like they could get away with not having Robotnik in the fourth one.
Yeah.
And then bring him back later, like, in the future.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But, like, I feel like the fourth one would be a good time to not have Robotnik. To have them transition from Earth to Green Hill Zone or, you know, the other Sonic worlds.
Yeah.
Transition them and then bring Robotnik back. If that's what they plan on doing.
In a post-credit scene like they do with the other characters.
But for now, like, keeping Robotnik, like, supposedly keeping him dead and keeping him out of majority of 4... would be a good idea. Yeah. And then later, like in the end, like post-credit scene, show that he's actually still alive.
Yeah.
Because, again, the audience doesn't really know the full extent of chaos energy.
Yeah.
Just that it's there, it's powerful, and it can be used for teleportation, because that's Shadow's power. Mm-hmm. One of his abilities.
Yeah.
So, shying away from... like keeping Robotnik out of 4 and just transitioning the characters to their own special crazy worlds that they have, and then bringing back Robotnik, I think would be a genius. And that may be what they do, but we're not really sure yet.
Sense. Especially since the characters that they introduce at the end of the third one.
Yeah, exactly.
The way they would interact with Team Sonic just makes way more sense, that they would be like, hey, we need to get away from this and go back to this. You know, like, and maybe they can even play it where Sonic is like, hey, Tom, Maddie, the reason I'm here is causing all of this destruction. I'm going to leave. You know, they could have like a How to Train Your Dragon 3 moment where Tom and Sonic have to say bye to each other. It could be super emotional. Yeah. And you could do it right in the beginning of 4.
Oh, yeah.
Or halfway through 4. And it could be super emotional.
They could do it at the end of 4.
That's true, yeah. They
could make 4 like the last Earth-based movie, and at the end transition them like Sonic's grown now. He's it's time for him and his team to move away from Tom and Maddie and from the Earth.
And then it would
go
even
off somewhere else.
It would make, if they want to make more Paramount Plus original shows,
exactly,
it would have it be more fun.
Yeah.
Because you could have episodes where Sonic goes back to Earth to see Tom and Maddie and see what they're up to.
Yeah.
Or you could have an episode fully based in, God, I can't remember any of the names from the games for right now, which is why we keep just saying Green Hill Zone.
And Spring Yard Zone.
There you go, Spring Yard Zone. And you could just have each episode of the show be in different locations.
Exactly.
And introduce different characters that then could be in the movies, you know? And you could really start expanding this universe. But yeah, I think that's the best direction this franchise should go.
I think so, yeah.
Even if they don't do that, it's still going to be a great franchise because
Oh yeah,
they clearly know what they're
they
doing.
know what they're doing.
They know the
and
characters.
I don't see any signs of them stopping.
Yeah, I do think Robotnik is over though.
For now, I think he's over for now.
Yeah, not only because Jim Carrey has been trying to retire for the past 10 years, but also just because I think the studio is saying what we're saying. It's time to move to more fantastical things. But yeah, so Sonic 3, check it out if you haven't. And check out the other two if
please
you haven't.
do.
They're so good. They're great movies to watch with the family or even by yourself. Even if you are 40 years old, if you grew up with the Sonic games, these are good. They're good movies that introduce a new audience to the franchise, but they hold true to the old fans that have grown up with the games. It's a good balance, which a lot of movies don't do.
Yeah,
when it's copying source.
They do know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's like the first Iron Man. They hearken to the comics, but they introduce a new audience at the same time. So it's a good balance that they nailed.
Yeah, they took a huge risk with the beginning of this, and it's now become such a bankable franchise. And I don't see them slowing down or stopping anytime soon.
Oh no, and I think Jeff Fowler is improving as a director.
Oh yeah,
the cinematography specifically.
He's only done. There's only 3 films he's done, and it's these 3 movies.
And nailed it every time. Done improved.
Yep.
I'm telling you, dude, the cinematography in this one was, oh my god, amazing.
And we watched it on we watched it at our movie theater has different
sized screens.
Different sized theaters with the screens, and the showing we went to was on what they called the giant screen. Not IMAX, but just a big movie screen, and it was totally worth it.
Worth it. And even, I think, the quality of the screen was just
better. It was... I would watch another movie in that theater.
Yeah. I think that's a good theater to watch, a Transformers or a Godzilla movie.
Yeah. That's why I said that to you, because we were going to go to a 4 o'clock showing at a smaller theater there. But then I was like, nah, let's go to the 3:30 one because it's on the big screen, and it was totally worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it to get there early.
And it didn't cost any extra money either.
Oh, no.
We went and saw it, and the screen was huge, and it was perfect.
Theater was packed, too.
Yeah, that was the type of movie to watch on that screen.
Because at the time of recording this, the movie's already been out for a week.
Yeah.
So the fact that the theater was still packed... I understand, it was Christmas weekend when it came out, so people probably didn't go until after Christmas. But even
I can imagine them going on Friday the 20th when it came out.
I'm willing to bet that this weekend will have a bigger increase in box office for this movie than the first weekend it was out.
Yeah.
I bet you it's going to just grow and grow after this. Because, again, Christmas happened. A lot of people were like, no, we need to spend the money on gifts instead of tickets. But then after Christmas, they were like, all right, now we can go. So I think this is going to be the biggest weekend for this movie.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But anything else you want to say?
No, I think that pretty much does.
I think that covered it. We're not giving away the spoilers for the post-credit scene. Go watch Sonic 3. If you haven't seen the other 2, watch the other 2 also.
Yep.
You will be very happy and very surprised with how good they are.
But let us know in the comments what characters from the Sonic games you want to see in the movies.
Yeah. Write down any of the characters.
Any
of them.
Even if it's a weird, obscure character from one of the shows. Because, Jacksepticeye voiced a character from the Netflix show.
That's true.
If he's in the movies, that'd be dope.
That would be cool.
I doubt it. But,
yeah. But yeah, write in the comments who you want to see in the Sonic franchise. Who you want to see join as characters.
Yes.
Again, we're not going to give away who's coming in, but go see the movie for yourself because they are worth it.
I was gonna say let us tell them what characters we want, but because we know the post-credit scenes and we're keeping it a secret, we kind of can't because the characters that we don't say, they're gonna be like, oh, they're the ones in the credit scene. So we're gonna not say any of that.
Yeah, but just write down in the comments what you want to see.
And let us know what you thought of the movie.
If you've seen the movie, what'd you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you
give us a 1 out of 10?
Yeah.
But that does it for this episode, I think.
Yeah, that does it for us.
Close it out.
So
shut it down.
You know the drill. Anything you want to hear us talk about? Anything you want to say to us? Feel free. write it in the comments, send it to us on Instagram, or, as of course, can't forget this, email us at thefongycorporation@gmail.com. That's THEFONGY corporation.com. Damn it.
You did it again.
Well, technically, it's coming.
Yes, but not. That's a later discussion because there's
THEFONGY corporation@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep forgetting the email all the time. But, yeah, just write to us. Let us know what you want to see, what you want to hear. And I've been Josh.
I've been Sean.
And we'll see you next week.
Woo! Happy 2025.
Woo!
The new year,
Yeah.
fresh start.
See ya.